All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to break down a product that's making a pretty bold claim. It says it's a massive shortcut into the super popular kids printables market. It's this all-in-one business in a box called Kiddy Store Fortune.
So let's just paint a picture here, one that a lot of you have probably thought about. You've got this dream of selling digital products, right? Maybe something like kids printables, turning those cool ideas you have into an actual, money-making business.
But then, reality hits. You jump onto a big marketplace, something like Etsy, and suddenly you realize you're just one tiny fish in a massive ocean. We're talking thousands and thousands of other sellers. Trying to get your products noticed? It honestly feels less like a business strategy and more like you're just hoping to win the lottery.
Okay, so let's really dig into that struggle. Why? Because the whole product we're looking at today, this Kiddy Store Fortune, its entire reason for existing is to solve this exact problem. A problem that, let's be honest, so many digital sellers get stuck on.
And the picture it paints is, well, it's probably going to sound familiar to a lot of you. You're putting in the hours, right? You're designing, maybe you're buying those PLR packs, that's private label rights. You're trying to keep up with all the trends, you're messing with mockups, tweaking keywords for the algorithm, and for all that work, crickets. The sales just aren't consistent.
Now, according to the source material, the root of the problem isn't you. It's the fact that you're building your business on someone else's turf. And that leads to what they call the marketplace trap. Think about it. You've got these crazy sales roller coasters because the platform's algorithm changes overnight. You're never really building your own brand, you're just another vendor. And the worst part? All those little fees, listing fees, transaction fees, processing fees, they just nickel and dime you to death, eating up all your hard-earned profit.
So this brings us to a really interesting shift in perspective. The whole argument here is, what if the problem isn't your products at all? What if the real issue is the platform you're using? The idea is that creators aren't failing because their stuff is bad. No, they're failing because they're trying to build a real, lasting brand in a place that was never designed to let them truly own their own growth.
And that leads to the big solution they're proposing. You've got to own your own platform. Seriously. To really truly succeed, the idea is you need your own digital storefront, a place where you make the rules, where you keep all the profits, and where you can actually build real relationships with your customers. You stop being just another listing and you become the destination.
So really, it boils down to a choice, doesn't it? You can see it laid out here. On one hand, you've got the struggle, juggling tech, designing products, paying endless fees, and just trying to stay ahead. Or you take the other path, the solution path, where you can skip all that struggle and start selling right away. Keep your profits and just simplify your entire workflow.
So just pause for a second here and think about this question, because it's a big one. Was all that struggle really necessary? All that time spent wrestling with WordPress themes, fighting with plugins, uploading products one by one, dealing with clunky design tools, was that really the best use of your time?
Well, according to the source we're looking at today, the answer is a big, fat no. And this is where they introduced their solution, Kiddy Store Fortune. It's positioned as the ultimate shortcut, the way to just leapfrog over all those frustrating, time-sucking steps and get straight to the good part.
Okay, so what is this thing exactly? Well, think of it as a complete turnkey business in a box. It's a whole e-commerce store built on WordPress that comes completely done for you. It's preloaded with thousands of kids' printables, so it's ready to sell from day one. And the best part? You supposedly don't need any technical or design skills to get it going.
All right, now here's where it gets really interesting. It's all about how fast they claim you can get up and running. The whole system is designed to just get rid of all those typical setup headaches that stop people in their tracks.
They say it's just 3 simple steps. Step 1, you install the whole store. It's a simple import process that sets up the entire website in just a few minutes. Step 2, you connect your payment method. Add your PayPal or Stripe through the built-in system. And Step 3, you start promoting and growing your store. And they even give you marketing materials to get started.
Okay, so a store is great, but what are you actually selling? Let's take a look inside the box and see what kind of assets you're getting, because obviously a store with no products is, well, it's just an empty building.
The big headline number here is, wow, over 10,000. That's a huge number.
And that's not just a random pile of files. We're talking about over 10,000 pages of ready-to-sell activities, and they're all neatly organized for you into over 60 different product bundles. So you're not starting with an empty shop. Nope, you get a fully stocked catalog from the moment you log in. But it's not just about the products. The store itself comes loaded with a bunch of professional features. You get things like a live product search with filters, so customers can find exactly what they're looking for. There's a customer account system, which is super convenient. They've even got a done-for-you blog with articles already loaded in to help you with SEO. Plus, all the boring but necessary stuff is done, like the professional website copy, all the legal pages, you name it. And if you want to tweak things, there's a simple drag-and-drop builder included, along with step-by-step training.
So this all sounds pretty good, but here's the million-dollar question, right? How does this stack up against just doing it all yourself? Let's talk about the value proposition and, the actual cost.
I mean, if you were to try and build all this from scratch, let's just look at the numbers. Hiring a web developer, that could easily set you back $2,000, or even more. Premium platform fees, like on Shopify, you're looking at over $1,000 a year. And just buying enough product packs to fill your store, another $1,000, easy. And we haven't even talked about your time, which, let's be real, is priceless.
Now compare all of that to this. $27. That's the one-time price for this entire package, at least as of today. It's a pretty stark contrast, and it's obviously positioned as a way to completely sidestep all those massive startup costs.
And the way they frame it is pretty smart. They're saying, look, you're not just buying something, you're investing. It's a small investment in your own professional journey, a way to unlock a much, much bigger potential.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, Kiddy Store Fortune is basically being presented as one heck of a shortcut. The whole point is to remove those two giant hurdles, the technical setup and the content creation, that stop so many people from ever getting started in this really popular niche.
And that brings us to the final thought, the big question this whole thing leaves you with. It's a powerful one. What could you build if all the biggest hurdles were just gone? If you could skip the entire complicated, frustrating setup and just focus all your energy on marketing and growing your business,